Well, hello there, barbecue friends. Today, my intention was I wanted to cook a pork tenderloin, throw it here on the pellet grill. This is a very nice after work kind of meal, real simple and easy just to throw on the pellet grill and serve it up. Then I was talking to my friend Dustin at work. He was saying, wow, I'm really interested in that, but I don't have a pellet grill. But he does have a charcoal kettle grill. So I thought the tenderloins come in packs of two. So what I might do, I'll throw one here on the pellet grill and I'll throw another one on the kettle grill and I'll show you both ways to cook it. In the end, could be a nice comparison to try them both and see which is better or which one I like more. So let's fire up these grills. On with the cook. All right, we'll fire up our Louisiana Grills pellet grill and our Napoleon Pro kettle. Start off by lighting the kettle grill here. A little bit of Fogo charcoal. Of course, we'll drop our instant fire cup in there. Get that fired up. Didn't do too much charcoal, but I kept it all on one side. For the pellet grill here, we're just going to start it up. We're going to set that to a temperature of 325, just like that. Let it warm up. Let's get that meat ready. All right, here's everything I'm going to need. I got my pack of pork tenderloins here. Now there's 2 tenderloins in this pack. And I got this at Costco, and they sell it with another one that's attached to it. And so you, in sense, you got 4 pork tenderloins. Now this costs anywhere between $17, $19. So for under $5 per tenderloin, very affordable meat. And of course, I got a pack of bacon. We're going to use that to wrap. And I got a couple of rubs. I'm going to use a chicken rub on the pork. Then after we wrap it, I'm going to put more of a beef rub on the outside. Let's get to it. All right, in the background there, you can see my charcoal is well lit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to throw a chunk of hickory right on top. Get that started. I'm going to leave, because this is the Napoleon Kettle Pro, I'm going to leave the grill to the highest position here. I'm going to close the lid. And I'm just going to fully close the upper vent and then slightly open it. That should give me a good temperature range. So again, we'll just let that warm up. Pellet grill still warming up. Okay, let's prep the meat here. I got a boning knife or fillet knife. This is a cook I've been wanting to share for a while now. Like I say, I pretty well got this cooked down pat on the pellet grill. Thought it'd be fun to do it on the kettle as well, along with adding some of that smoke. So here's the pork tenderloin. You can see it's got some of that silver skin on there. It's a little bit of pieces of fat or pieces hanging here and there. So all you do, just trim some of that off. You just don't want anything that's going to be too chewy. All right, here we have it. It's going to look something like this when you're done. Now we'll do this one. All right, here's where I'm going to take my chicken rub, slightly milder or a different type of seasoning. We're going to sprinkle it on the inside, not too heavy, just enough to see that it's there. Okay, it should be good. Now we're going to cut open our bacon here. And we'll take out a few strips of bacon here. You'll start at one end. Just kind of wrap it around. Usually it takes about 5 or 6 strips of bacon per tenderloin here. I don't have the best pieces of bacon here to work with, but it should do. It should be good for one. We'll do our other one. Again, look at, not the best of strips of bacon here, but it's what I got to work with for today. There, that should do. I got the big Texan here, Texas style beef rub. Sprinkle that on the outside. Trying to work around these wasps swarming around here. Put a little more on the other side. There we have it. Just flip these back over. Slightly nicer side. I kind of got all the seams of the bacon on the bottom side, and as this cooks, the bacon's going to firm up and stay in place. That's what I'm going to do to monitor things. I'm going to put a temperature probe in each of these. So I got my number 1 probe here. I'll put right in the center of this one. And my number 2 probe I'll put in the center of this one. So I'll put 1 on the pellet grill, 2 on the Kettle grill here. I can really smell the smoke coming off of the charcoal now with that wood chunk. I got a dome temperature 300 degrees. My pellet grill's showing 362 right now. Just going to get my barbecue brush and give each of the grill grates a little bit of a cleaning. That wood chunk flamed right up when I opened the lid. I'm going to use the upper rack here on the pellet grill. Pull up my meter app here on my phone. We're going to set this to pork tenderloin. We want an interior temperature of 145. Start to cook. Right, let's get the meat on the grill. Okay, number 1 probe. We're going to put this one on this grill. Number 2 probe. Going on a charcoal grill. All right, so pellet grill will close up. Charcoal grill will close. I'll bring you back when we do the next step. All right, let's update what's going on here. My pork tenderloin that is on the pellet grill has an interior temperature of 91 degrees. The ambient temp on the app says 330. If I go to my chart, you can see we put that on the grill and it's remaining somewhat steady there. That green line is the ambient temperature. The purple line is the interior temperature of the meat. And we've been on for 20 minutes now. If I go over to the Kettle grill, we got an interior temperature of 107 degrees. And the ambient temperature jumped right up and stayed level. But now we're at 111 degrees. What I want to do, I want to flip those tenderloins over. Start off with our Kettle grill here. What I'm going to do is move the temperature probe into the side of the meat rather than the top, because I'm going to put this side facing on the grill. Just like that. And we'll close the grill. Now we'll do the same thing on the pellet grill. That temperature probe into the side of the meat. I'm going to flip the meat over, close the lid for the remainder of the cook. Now I'll bring you back when these are ready to come off the grill. Again, we're going to go to an interior temperature of 145 degrees. Of course, we're going to get there a little bit faster with this. I've just been cutting that upper vent back a little bit. Anyway, we'll see you in a bit. Well, the meter probe in the tenderloin here on the Kettle grill is telling me to remove it from the heat. We're a total cooking time of 35 minutes on here. Let's go ahead and do that. Find the best way to handle it. It's just with rubber gloves. We're going to pull this off to rest, bring it in the house. The pork tenderloin on the pellet grill is a few minutes behind, just a few minutes behind this one. Okay, and after 45 minutes, our second pork tenderloin here on the pellet grill is ready to come off. Here we are. Again, just grab it with our rubber gloves. I guess the one on the pellet grill is slightly larger than the Kettle grill. Maybe that accounting for the longer cooking time. All right, I'm going to bring these in to rest, and then we'll come back for the taste test. All right, here we have it, both side by side. This one here was cooked on a pellet grill, this one on a charcoal grill. You can see after resting for a little bit, this one has a little more smoke, as anticipated. Surprisingly, the cooking times were very similar. I thought the Kettle grill was going to finish much quicker, but it actually finished quicker, I think, just because of the size difference. Anyway, let's get into the taste test. All right, I am anxious to get into this, and I'll tell you what I think. Again, this is the Kettle grill. Let's pull that temperature probe out. Slice into this. Slice into this one. Both look very similar. Maybe a slightly smokier smoke ring on that one than this one. Take a coin off a piece here. Take a piece off of this one. All right. Actually, I'll start off with the pellet grill. Juicy, tender, like a soft smoked ham. The flavoring on both the tenderloin and the bacon comes right through. Very good. Okay, here on the Kettle Grill this time. Take a bite. Smoke flavor is right up front on this one. The seasoning, the taste of the seasoning aren't as prominent on this one, but the smoke level is. The tenderness of the meat is there. I want to say it's not quite as juicy, but it's pretty good. That could just be from the size difference of the tenderloin. All in all, a little bit of a learning experience on this cook. I was just going to show you on the pellet grill. But again, thanks to Dustin. Thank you, Dustin, for the suggestion. I threw one here on the Kettle Grill. And surprisingly, the cook was very simple on both. Very similar in time. I guess it's to your preference. Very easy, simple cook. Smoke profile a little bit heavier on here on the kettle. But again, very easy to do. Hope you enjoyed this video. I encourage you to find your place in your backyard. And we'll see you on the next one.